Hey guys, it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here, and welcome to a new Rave It Up segment called Mindful Mondays.
We might not know why, we might not know how, but baby tonight, we're beautiful now, we'll light up the sky, we'll open the clouds.
Since we have just started Mindful Mondays, let me explain to you what it is. Mindful Mondays is a weekly segment where I'll give you all some life advice for answering the questions that you send in. These could be questions about following your dreams and overcoming challenges in your life, or even questions to help with depression and staying positive. If you have a question that you'd like answered in a future video, send through your questions to advice@raveituptv.com. If you're a little afraid to send through some questions, it's okay. All of this will be anonymous if you want it to be. For example, our very first question is from a 17-year-old girl who wants to stay anonymous, so for the sake of this video, we'll just call her Melanie. Melanie says, I'm pretty sure I have moderate depression. Any normal person would go and get it diagnosed, but I'm too scared to tell my parents. They just don't understand me. Every single thing that I've wanted in the past has been turned down by them. I've spent most of my summer crying because nothing has been going my way. They don't understand my dreams, becoming a YouTube star, or anything like that, and I know that when I tell them I have depression, that they will not understand and think I am lying. Now, I've never really lied to them either, so it makes no sense for them not to trust me. I guess what I'm trying to ask here is how can I break it to them that I have depression? Also, how do I get them to trust me? Well, Melanie, I'm glad that you've sent this through and this is our first question, and especially in January as well, because I don't know if you know this, but January is the worst month for suicides. So it's good that you've sent this in so that we can help you before it gets worse. Now, in terms of your parents, I think you've got to tell them. You've got to remember that they love you no matter what, even though they haven't been understanding in the past or haven't given you things that you want. This is a bit more serious than that. You know, it is not only your life, your mental health, you know, it's everything. So sit them down, make sure that they've got no distractions. You're not just telling them on the fly, you know, oh, by the way, I've got depression. This is a very serious deal, and I love that you've brought this up because it is very close to my heart too. I've lost a few people to depression, and I don't think it's talked about enough. So I always like to raise awareness of it, and for it to be in the first video, it helps, so thank you. So make sure there's no distractions. And before you even tell them that you have depression, I think it's a good idea to just raise awareness to them that this is very hard for you to tell them, and that you're telling them because you want their help and you want that support system, because, you know, every family should be a support system. And if you don't want to tell them, you've got to tell somebody, whether that's a friend, another family member, or a teacher or a counselor. You've just got to tell somebody else, get it off your chest, and have someone else help you. And I know in us humans, we kind of all really want to be, you know, really strong and kind of handle things ourselves. But I think you're the strongest when you do tell somebody and you ask for help. So you've got to do that. You've got to tell somebody. And also remember that there are phone lines out there as well to call. So you've got Beyond Blue. They specialize in depression, and their number is 1300-224636. Definitely write that down. And if it gets worse than this as well, then you've also got Lifeline. So 13 11 14. Very important numbers to write down, even whether it's for yourself or someone else. Always good to have on hand. Like, I've always got them on hand as well. And in terms of your parents not trusting you, I think if you've never lied to them before, they have no reason not to trust you. And it's not like it's, you know, something really minor. This is major. As I said, this is your life. This is your mental health. You know, if it gets worse, there are big consequences, and we don't want that. So I don't think you should have any worry about them not trusting you, to be honest. And you've also told me about, you know, your dreams of becoming a YouTube star, and that they don't understand that. And I know you haven't asked me about it, but I think it is a good thing to bring up. I haven't had any issues of my parents not supporting my dreams. You know, I'm very grateful for that and very appreciative. But I do have a lot of friends' parents that don't. And it's quite sad because obviously your parents are your parents. We get it. You want to make them happy. But at the end of the day, it is your life. You know, if you want to become a YouTube star, become a YouTube star. And I totally understand why they might not get it. Like, back in their day and grandparents' day, YouTube didn't exist, and so I think it's a bit hard for them to wrap their head around that you know, people make a career out of this. People make money out of this. So I think with all the YouTube stars, they've proven it. So just look at them, and we all want to keep our parents happy. So if you're one of those people, just maybe still have a job on the side. Maybe not a full-time job, maybe just a casual job, so that you're still having money come in and proving to your parents that you're still serious about making them happy in your future. Of course, we need to have a little bit of money saved aside for our future, but then as a casual job, you've still got time to also make your dreams come true. So I think that's the best thing to do. I do that myself. So it's a really good way to kind of start getting your parents used to following your dreams. And then they'll see, if you're really serious about this, how much time you're putting into it and how much hard work, you know, whether you're even giving up sleep or anything like that. They'll see that you're serious. I think you are serious. So they'll see that you're serious, and they'll start getting on board. I really hope this has helped you, Melanie, and anybody else that might be experiencing the same thing. If you have a question that you'd like answered in a future video, please send through your questions to advice@raveituptv.com, or even comment below. I'll see them, don't worry about it, and I'll answer it for you. But we'll see you next week in the next video. In the meantime, remember that one kind word can change someone's entire day.